All right, John, so we're here on the 14th hole. I think one of our best holes here at Pine Tree.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a scoring opportunity, but see a lot of people make bogey or double here. I know we've both done that, so I think the first thing is obviously this lake kind of jumps out, right? We don't have a lot of water off the tee here at Pine Tree, but all of a sudden we have this to tackle. So I think it gives you a lot of options. Being a short hole, you're going to be able to get on or near the green in two, regardless of if you hit a short club way out to the right or take on the water if you're able to bite some of that off. So what goes through your mind here?
So first thing that pops through my mind when I get up to this hole is one, where the pin is. Most of the time if that pin's in the front half of that green, front left, that's one of the easier pins. That's where I might think, okay, let me hit a driver up there, leave myself an easier pitch shot. I can normally cover all the water. But when we start dealing with that back pin, a lot more things get a little dicey up there.
For sure.
We're dealing with tricky up and downs if you're short-sided. Those bunkers aren't as friendly from up there. So that's where I start thinking, okay, do I hit it out to the right? Do I hit something less than driver? And a lot more thinking has to get involved.
Awesome. So hole location specific strategy, which I think is something you kind of want to think about playing the golf hole backwards, right? Like look at your pin sheet, which we all have access to here. I think our pin sheets are really awesome. They give a lot of detail as to where the hole is, and that can definitely inform your strategy. So let's go ahead and hit this shot.
So today, being up at the blue tees, wind a little behind my back, I'm just going to try to take this right at the green. We got a front left pin. I'm going to try to get it up near one of those front bunkers.
Good looking swing. Almost crept up on the green. It might be right on the edge of that bunker. Well done.
It's the best drive I've hit in months.
All right, John, so let's say we did lay up here on 14 and kind of looking through this second shot, I think it presents a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
The flag today, like you alluded to, is kind of in that front left, which is pretty tame, but walk me through what you're thinking about to that flag in particular and some of the places you'd want to look or places you want to avoid and what goes through your mind.
Yeah, so part of what makes this such a great hole is you got green surrounded by bunkers. My biggest thing when I'm looking at here is how close this pin is to each bunker. So if we're looking at this pin, we're pretty close to that front left bunker as well as that back left. That back left, most of the time, is going to be death.
It's almost every flag. That back left bunker is probably the worst place you could find yourself.
Exactly. So I'm going to be, at the top of my mind, I'm thinking I'm playing away from that flag. So I have about 115 to the flag here. I'm automatically adjusting my number down to about 110 to 112 just to immediately eliminate the chance of going into that back
So
bunker.
pulling your target shorter.
Yes.
And would you say you're aiming a little to the right of that flag as well?
Yeah, we only got about 5 paces or so to the left edge of the green. I'm gonna, with a lot of wind blowing today, that's gonna increase my variance, so I'm gonna push my target a little bit right.
Awesome. And you know, on the pin sheet, right, it says how many yards it is onto the green, and then also there's a number from the left or right edges. I think that's really useful information to use that pin sheet for all the information that's on there to inform your target. So walk me through, before we hit this one, let's say the flag is in the back right, which is a really skinny portion of this green. Mm-hmm. How does that change your approach, or does it?
Yeah, I mean, again, with that pin all the way in the back, that's the tightest, narrowest part of the green, maybe on the entire golf course. That's the tightest kind of area you're trying to fit one into. Again, I'm going to pull my target area way closer to me. So say it's 125, I'm not hitting that more than 120, just because once it gets up there, it almost slopes away from you, ball's running away. And then if I get it into one of those back bunkers, I have a short-sided bunker shot still running away from me. If I hit it in like one of the front bunkers or on the front part of the green, I have a much easier chance of making a par.
For sure. So there's really, even though this green is pretty long from front to back, there's kind of a circle, so to speak, sort of in the middle portion of the green, or almost middle right, where you're sort of trying to hit your shot most of the time.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and hit it in that circle.
Okay.
Awesome shot. Pulled it a little bit, but that's why we aimed to that circle.
Yep.
And actually ends up where, kind of on accident, you got about 6 feet for birdie. So well done.
I'm I'm a flusher of the golf